What's going on, gang? Top of the morning, afternoon, good evening. Just another slow weekend inside the weekend trap. Hope everybody got some stuff done they needed to do around the house. Knock some of those things off the to-do list. You know? Yeah, we need a little bit of slowdown every once in a while, man. Get sentiment back in trap. Help with that work-life balance, whatever that is. All right, let's get Discord in here. Welcome back, Discord. We just reset the stream. What's going on, everybody?
Yo, Dbloc.
Everybody's Saturday gone?
Boring. Went to the gym. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Typical weekend, you know.
Boring's good, man. Boring's good.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's nice, yeah. No, it's not too bad, but yeah, when you're sitting here and when you've been waiting for, almost 3.5 years for some of your alts to really start ripping, it gets to you, you know.
Yep.
Summer, man. Dog days of summer.
Had a few good runs today. A few coins that went up x2 or some even 13x.
Nice. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but it was small investments, so. But profit is profit.
Yeah, I was just about to say, movement is movement, man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like my grandma said, if you don't appreciate the small things, you don't deserve the big things.
That's a fact.
Is that my boy Dbloc?
Yo.
Yo.
What's good, Moosey?
What's going on, brother, man?
Hanging in there, bro. Same old, same old.
Bro, you catching this freaking hurricane that's below you guys?
First I heard of it. You guys are my weathermen.
Dude, Cat 5 just upgraded today.
Where, though?
It's basically right over Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I should probably pay attention to
that. Yeah.
Listen, there's only
we need
so
you,
much.
Coach, man. You can't be getting taken by the hurricanes.
There's only so much technical analysis I can deal with at one time in my brain, man. Somebody else gonna have to deal with the weather for me. This is such at the bottom of my list of shit to check every day. But yeah, I'll take a look.
You need help, send the passkeys this way, bro.
Maybe we need to board some stuff up depending on how close it gets. Make sure those Jennies are on point.
Also, bro, did you see that BLSH?
Yeah, they had a really good run off the rip. You got in,
Bro.
right? We had a couple people that got in on that IPO.
Oh yeah.
Nice. What did you get a decent allocation?
3-7.
Yeah, from what I heard, most people didn't. I know people that put in for a lot. The most I ever heard was 43. 43.
Yeah, I got 3-7.
So you're pretty. I mean, that's good. You're up towards the top. You know what I mean? You're up towards the top
Exactly.
edge. Nice.
But I was gonna ask you,
Peter
man,
Thiel.
I want you to give me your in-depth on your weekend traps. I'm kind of curious. I want to learn more on those. Different style. I love it.
Yeah, I mean they've been definitely on point for months and months. I mean over a year now, probably since we've been really dialed in. It's just based around CME. This isn't a good one because this isn't a good textbook one to show. This was a late one. But yeah, I guess this one's decent. Oh, we can just random it. Go back to the random trap so it's not like cherry picking it. So what happens is, CME closes on Friday, right?
Yep.
Institutions have been so heavy. This is why it's made a bigger deal this cycle than last cycles. Since this institutions are in and they're basically hedging on CME, right? Like they're buying the ETF and then they're shorting on futures. So let's assume that this is where CME closed. It was somewhere around here. What market makers try to do, so the goal of the weekend is to make sure that price does this around CME. So that when Sunday comes and CME opens, they can get to that point real quick and not leave a CME gap behind. Right? That way all the legacy guys get their orders in, all the books get settled, everything gets a yin to its yang, and then the price continues. The way market maker does that is by trapping longs and shorts going into the weekend trap. Right? So if market makers are off duty on the weekend and only the algos can control price, then the easiest way to make that job doable is to get the degens out of the game. Right? So they'll make you go long into that pump on Friday, and then you're trapped, right? Your margin is trapped. In a long position, your margin is trapped. Then they'll fake you out and make you go short, and now their margin is trapped. Right? So now the two biggest degens in the group are out of the game. The only thing that's left is retail, and the weekend's dead, so there is no retail. Right? So the algo gets to do his job and keep price at CME.
So then this current one, you go back to that when you're done.
Yeah. I'll go to it right now. So we go to the next weekend trap. So what happens is, let me, because it's a weekly cycle, right? So at the end of the weekend trap, they'll free one side or the other at some point during the weekend trap. And what that does is that signals the false move for the week, right? So the side that gets trapped out of the weekend trap is usually the false move for the week after a 3-day correction. 3-day correction, midweek reversal, and then you go back into the weekend trap. Right? So here we have another weekend trap. Trap long, trap short. Price stays. Freeze the trap longs. 3-day down. Midweek reversal. Back into the weekend trap. This weekend trap was weird because we didn't trap longs or shorts. This was right after World War III and death, destruction, bombs and mayhem and all types of shit. We bought
Yup.
so much Bitcoin here. Like we were just like, yo, ignore the bullshit. Just buy. So same thing here. Weekend trap, trap long, trap short. CME. We free the trap longs. This is our false move Monday. Gives us the high for the week. Then we get a 3-day correction into a midweek reversal, which is sideways, right? If price is going down, a reversal could either be sideways or up. So Thursday, you get your midweek reversal, or basically the stop to your 3-day down or your 3-day up, depending on which way the false move was. And then you go back into Friday, where you trap longs. Get these guys out of here. Trap shorts. Get these guys out of here. And then go into your weekend trap. False move was down. We know it's the false move because it freed the trap shorts. 3-day retracement. Found our bottom on Sunday. Got another bottom on Monday. This was an early bottom. Usually the top of the false move or the bottom of the false move ends on Monday. But we ran this early this week. And then we had our 3-day up, right? This is our false move down. 1, 2, 3-day up. Into the midweek reversal, which was sideways. Into the weekend trap. False move up. Top of that false move. 3-day down. Midweek reversal. Weekend trap. Trap long. Trap short. Weekend trap. Pops up. Frees the trap longs. 3-day down. Double bottomed. Insert news story here. Another parabolic move. Back into another weekend trap. Trap long, trap short, weekend trap. False move up. 3-day down. Back into your trap. Trap long, trap short. False move down. 3-day up. You know what I'm saying? Just keep running it over and over. And it's all it is market makers providing liquidity during the weekend and running their cycle, right? Running a so the reason that the false move, in my opinion, happens, and we'll see it here. Now, there's 3 different types of traps. There's your traditional trap, which is the ones that we've looked at so far, right? Which is a trap long, a trap short, and then the weekend trap. Right? This would be a traditional trap, but we didn't trap shorts yet. Right? So right now we have a type 3 trap. A type 3 trap is a trap that has, I'll draw them out real quick. A type 1 trap, right? Weekend trap.
Mm-hmm.
Type 2 trap is a weekend trap who has one side very close to the trap, right? There's no space between the trap and the trap shorts and longs. So usually the traditional trap will have like an equal distance between both. The reason that this matters is because when it comes to the false move, right, during the week you can have, or during the weekend, you can have deviations that pop out of the weekend trap to the top and the bottom, but they don't free this or they don't free this. Right? So that's just a deviation. When you have a type 2 trap, any move out of the bottom of this is going to free these trap shorts. So type 2 traps are harder to figure out what the false move is and what a deviation was. Right? So these are a little bit more difficult. The type 3 traps, a type 3 trap is a trap that goes like this. So it either has a trapped long, a trapped short, but it doesn't have the other side. So it'll just be a trapped long like we have here and then straight into the weekend trap. So bears aren't trapped yet. Now, what typically happens with these is sometime during Saturday, you'll get a flush down, trap those shorts and then come back into the weekend trap, and you just set that late. But there are times when you don't. There are times where you literally will just stay in the weekend trap and never trap the shorts.
So
For me,
typically in those,
right now, I'm expecting that sweep. Right, these longs inside of this weekend trap are tripping. If we know that market maker tends to do this for the weekend trap, then why in the hell would you have your liquidations inside of that trap? Right, you're just begging for it.
yep.
So I think that eventually what will happen is this top will give, right? We can't get over, obviously can't get over. We're going to lose this 50, and then we'll come down and we'll sweep. It won't go backwards. I can promise you one thing. Price will not do what this line did. It will at least go this way. And then what I'm hoping for is that we catch here. Right? What I'm hoping for is a stopping volume candle right into this resistance. Because when we back up and we look at where we're at, that's our bull flag.
Yep.
That we broke out of. We've never retested it. Right? This would be the retest of that bull flag. That would also be the retest of our SR flip. Right? The reason that SR flip is important is because this is our range. So if we just go back to range trading basics, that's the range that we're in. This
Right, exactly.
was a deviation out of the range. Right? As above, so below. This was a deviation out of the range.
Yep.
Unfortunately, and the way deviations work is if you break out of a range and you come back into it, it's considered a deviation. Once it's considered a deviation, price will seek out the bottom of the range. If the bottom of the range breaks, then you'll get another deviation. Price seeks out the range, we'll seek out the top of the range. Right? We seeked out the top of the range, we broke out. But we also came back into that. Right? So we lost the range, came back into the range, and what did we do? Make our way back to the bottom.
Right. The only thing that I didn't like about like coming back in his range is usually it'll hit that, give it a little test again. You know what I mean? On the
Yeah, I mean,
top.
if this was officially a breakout, it would have held the top of that range and it would have pushed away.
No, I mean when it comes back in, usually it'll hit it again to confirm.
Oh, like to
that it's back
retest
in.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, this thing already. Yeah. I feel like this move here was the corrective move to that drop. And instead of holding, it just exploded. And the reason it exploded, we know why. Because the reason that pumped that way was because the rumors were going around on Twitter that those unemployment numbers were going to be horrible. Right? So everybody started pricing in bad unemployment. And how they were selling it was that unemployment numbers were so bad that it would probably be a 50 basis point cut and not a 25 point. And then we got the PPI numbers that proved that was just a rumor. Unemployment came out. All the rumors from yesterday were bullshit. The people that knew that it was bullshit already started to take profit on their plays, right? Because the numbers didn't come out until here, and we started selling off way earlier. Then the numbers came out. The market reacted to that. But this entire time, when we were up here, we were just waiting for that CME gap to fill. Right? CME was down here. As soon as we touched up top, I told everybody, CME's not filled, guys. I know we just broke all-time high, rockets, and all that good shit, but CME has not filled.
Right.
And then we came down, We got the bad numbers, and that's what everybody blamed it on. Oh, we got bad numbers, da da da. Okay, cool. But CME had to fill regardless. My bad. That was a long ass answer to a not so difficult question. Sorry about that.
You're good. I appreciate it though. Everyone does them different, so I was just asking how you did them.
Mm-hmm. Now we should start putting in our psychological range here. What is it? About 3 hours. And we still haven't tapped the bottom of our psychological range from last week. So that's what makes me think I really do think we sweep this. Now I could see like a little Greg Louganis situation here though. We haven't been able to get above that resistance. So if market maker really feeling froggy, he'll give us a green vector through this just to reject off like the 200 and then make that flush.
Mm-hmm.
But we're on wait and see right now, so
They kept it pretty tight so far.
yeah. There's always that question, right? Like, damn, sentiment is so bullish. Everybody's like, rockets, rockets, rockets. It's all-time highs. Will they be able to really hold it down? But yeah, apparently. Eventually, it won't be like that. Eventually, they'll lose control and we'll just blast through the weekends. But we're not there yet.
And normally our psychological ranges, we test them during the week or at
Yeah.
the end of the week. We already tested the psychological high level, but
Mhm.
we haven't tested the psychologically low.
Exactly.
So yeah, it has been tested before. So I hope it's gonna test tonight before the new psychological level is gonna, as you mentioned, is gonna go up, sweep that liquidity up to 200 and quick back down to psychological low.
It would be
And
clean if
stop.
they pulled it off. Yeah.
Yeah,
With the rest of the time,
yeah,
let's say.
and it might check that bull flag, that white line that you have drawn on the
Mhm.
daily. Yeah,
That's. I
it
mean,
might
that's.
come.
This
Yeah,
is the this is the retest that I want.
yeah, exactly.
And then what that means for us, honestly, is okay. Let's future trip this a little bit. This is where I get myself into trouble. All right, so if we do get that, right? If price comes down, comes back up, and this is our trapped shorts.
Yeah,
The problem is
definitely.
that this is also the macro support that I'm expecting to hold for the push up. So what that means is our false move can't be down. I mean, I guess it could, it could be down, it could come down and work under, but I would prefer it not. If our false move is down, then that means our false move has to free these shorts. And then we get into some sort of dangerous areas underneath this support. Right? I'd rather not do that. The way I'd rather it play out is we get a false move. We get a false move up, but a nice strong false move, right? Into Monday. And then our 3-day retracement only brings us down to the top of our weekend trap. We use that as support, and then from there we climb off.
Exactly.
That way we can have space for our 3-day retracement without it taking out these levels.
So it has to be a quick week down and then fastly up.
Yeah, either that or if we come down and we don't touch, like we just come down to here or something and then pop up,
Yeah,
and then our false move takes us to that touch finally, and then we get our 3-day up. That also works.
yeah.
Close the CME on Sunday would be nice.
Hello, Dbloc, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Give me 1 second though, brother.
You guys notice how Ethereum and Solana have a nicer curl than Bitcoin does?
Altcoin has a nicer curl.
Let's see what Fartcoin's doing.
I entered a new long 9280. That thing's moving.
Nice, nice.
What coin you looking at?
I'm looking at Pump.
Is Pump moving also?
Yeah, just a little bit right here, you know. A little nookie nookie.
So you could
Yo,
grab
that
the
looks sexy on Pump. Pump looks sexy, Drew. Did you see it today?
I see it every day. I live for Pump. Pump is my life. Pump fun.
Yo, that bounce. That's a bouncy bounce.
Big things coming to kick the wick in a flow. See.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Solana and Ethereum are getting a little bit of love right now.
Yeah, they're doing a little one-on-one.
A little something, something while Bitcoin's just sleeping. But yeah, man, I can see why you like trading Farcoin.
You see what I mean? The range, right? You just wait for it.
Yeah. Seems like it wants to snap back to that $1 all the time.
Yep. Allergic. Then it has a nice range. You take profit, and then you wait for it again.
You're not worried that that's a bear flag and it goes down to 60 cents?
Wow, what goes down to 66?
You're not worried that Fartcoin daily is in a bear flag and it goes down to 60 cents?
I'm not worried because I don't do spot on Fartcoin. I don't have any memes in my bag except for Doge. But like, the thing is with Fartcoin, it has so much mind share that even though it wants to keep going on a downtrend, or it wants to go to 66, when it finds its bottom, it's the bounce, it's the strength of the bounce. It's reliable. You could rely on Fartcoin to give you the bounce and the range that you need. You just draw a fib, it bounces on its 786 all the time.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, it's
Never mind.
easy trade. And it's
To
also
me,
has
on the macro,
volume.
it looks like it's going to 60 cents.
Ah,
Here.
if it wants to go macro into 66, I don't mind. that allows me to trade from 66 to $1 again. You get what I mean?
I'll be all in at 60.
Same. That's a lot of money. Imagine when we hit 74K on Bitcoin, everything was taking their time to get to recover from that drop, right? Fartcoin did 5x in front of everybody.
If
It went
Bitcoin
from
went down there, people would sell their Fartcoin to go buy Bitcoins.
yeah, it went to like from 22 cents all the way to 1.2 dollars, $1.20, while Bitcoin was still at around like 85K.
Yeah.
So what I do with Farcoin, so it's not stressful. I just trade it based on its range. Every time it hits a 786, if it wants to fly, I ride it. I draw a trend line. As long as it doesn't break the trend line, I keep going. I keep going.
I bought Fartcoin on day one, so it's hard
Yeah.
for me to trade up here. Up here,
Yeah.
I don't have it. I
Right
don't
now
have
it's
it
kind of hard,
anymore,
yeah, because it's kind of already started
but
moving. But like when me and
I
Drew
get it
got
back.
in, like he got in, I think at 83, 85. I got in at
Yeah.
86. It went straight to 120, like nothing in 2 days. That was like
Oh.
40%. So
That was a
it's
fun
good.
trade.
Yeah, and and the good thing about it has so much liquidity. You could actually put huge margin, like big volume margin on it.
Yeah, I was surprised how much volume it has. I was like, okay, let me dig in a little deeper in this.
Yeah, it doesn't mind. Like you could put like 1,000, 2,000, 500. Like in Binance, you can put like 5 grand on it, and it'll eat it
What do you mean?
at
On Spot, you
20x.
can put 100 plus grand. On like Coinbase,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it had more than 100 million of volume.
Amongst all the exchanges, it does like a billion a day.
Everyone on the timeline is kind of waiting for this announcement from Pumped Out Fund from the protocol. They're supposed to be doing something involving the tokenomics.
Today?
Well, last week they said this week, they said next week, and next week is up by tomorrow, basically. So I think it's going to be
Sounds like a
something
bunch of
bullish.
degens, man.
Oh, it is. It's trench level,
Yo,
man.
yo,
It's
big
just,
buys. Drew, check out Bitcoin.
yeah,
Whoa,
yeah. I'm all over. Let's go.
let's go. Oh, there you go. Let's go, Farcoin. Come on, let's push.
Get that 333 candle, New York. Let's go. Bang, bang.
False move Saturday. False move Saturday now.
Could be a false move, correct? RSI on the lower time frames is a little iffy. So could just be trapping a lot of people. Hit that top of the weekend trap, and we could finally see the bottom of the box.
Bitcoin dominance bleeding.
Yeah, Ethereum likes this little move.
Come on, ETH. Just make an all-time high. Just do it today, you know? Just make everyone happy.
All time high. We're going to go past that.
Oh, on a Saturday. How could you?
Probably on
You
a
don't have to
Sunday.
tell me about it. I know. ETH is going to 6K this month. Let's go.
I think a good first pivot point, 5,100. Take a little break there just for a little bit.
I don't know if you guys. There's kind of good news, sweet news, but there's a young lady named Brooke that just skateboarded across the United States 3,000 miles to raise 50,000 and break the world record for first woman to cross on a skateboard across the country. And
Like
she did it.
no cheating, like no cheating, like
Nope,
on a
no,
skateboard the entire way.
she had a van that would follow her at night, or throughout the whole thing. The whole thing was on Instagram. You can look her page up. It's called, I think it's Brooke Does Everything or something like that.
That's awesome.
And it's because someone, I think it was her stepdad. His name was Roger, and he broke a bone in his back, and he became paraplegic. And she was like, I'm gonna skate across the country to raise awareness for spinal cord research. And then he ended up passing away. And she said, well, I'm gonna do this for him anyway. And so she did it, and she just finished today. And originally she was gonna go up to Maine, but I think she ended up going to Virginia Beach, I think is where they ended up changing it. So from one coast to the other, raised 50,000 and broke the world record.
That's awesome. Good for her.
Yeah, man. Somebody should tell her to put it on Farcoin.
Tell her to put it on pump.
Yeah.
Pump and fart.
Dude.
Tell her to pump fart.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm
Or
happy that there
she
was
can
a
fart
fan
pump.
following her, because actually that was what I was worried about. If she did that raw, like how dangerous that would be, just like for a girl to be skateboarding the entire time across the US.
They got pulled over a bunch of times. There's another influencer that joined her in some other state that was on a scooter with her, and they're all like, they have these elbow pads on and helmet on, and they kept getting pulled over by highway patrol because people that were passing by were like, these two 12-year-olds skateboarding
Yeah,
and
dude, right?
on the highway.
Yeah, there's some kid
Scary.
like 21 doing it, or like I don't know, he's like 21 or 23 years old. I think he's almost finished. He started on the East Coast going towards the West Coast, but he's like straight skateboard only and like nothing, not even a backpack. Well, he has a backpack now, I think, but he started with nothing. That's awesome. She did that.
There's a dude in a canoe trying to go up the Mississippi River, making some big loot.
The one I'm watching is the guy who's walking around the world. I think he's on year 2 right now. He just crossed from Alaska. He just crossed from Alaska into Russia using the Bering Strait. I think he's in Europe already at the moment. Walking across the world.
Yeah, a few years back, I was doing a lot of nature hiking, nature walking type stuff, in our national forests that are nearby, and I got really into that book Wild by Cheryl Strayed, and I'm not much of a reader, so it was a really easy read for me. And they made that movie. Reese Witherspoon was in it, but it's the only book I think that's actually made me cry. She was a woman that hiked the PCT, and I find all of those fascinating. The people that go and pioneer these trails.
Nerd.
Whatever.
What's going on, everybody?
Don't hate me.
I wish I could read.
Read these charts.
That was the perfect pause.
Yeah, the charts are like a picture book.
That was the perfect pause before saying that, bro. It really felt like you were thinking about it deep for a second.
I'm always thinking about something deep.
Excuse me. What we doing? We're going on nature hikes and shit.
No, I was telling him about this girl across the country on a
Yeah,
skateboard.
I caught the end of that.
No, I'm not going on any hike. I got my overalls on.
Yo, Dbloc, what's that light blue line you got there on Dom?
Value area high.
Okay, gotcha. How far are we from that circle that you had that we bounced from when we hit it?
I mean, this one. That's the one you're talking about?
I'm coming back for you,
Yeah,
baby.
that's the one. That's the one.
We are currently rejecting off the bottom of it. Yeah, this for me, this triangle here was when things changed for Dom. I'm super surprised we didn't get up to 0.5 though, but I'll take it. As for now, we're in this bearish structure, trying to get back inside that visible range, but more importantly, range, reject off the 50. And so that's our lower high. Now we got to take out these lows and we'll see if we can really get to cooking here. Sort of what we're looking.
Schwag.